That's alright. Well, then you're gonna have to give it to me. Give it to me. I'm gonna shut the door. I'll shut the door. You better give it to me. All right, let's do a read. It's nice out today, and it feels like the lake, except for that I have to do one dumb thing. I have to file my quarterly taxes, which I don't mind doing. I'm like having a hard time with the password. And every time I try to reset it, it's like acting weird. Hopefully you guys get some paddle boards or some like rafts or like whatever it is that you like to do for your like water activities, and you definitely enjoy the water this year. Well, just to say what I saw here, I see Nine of Swords in the reverse with Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, so I think that's fine. I just feel like you're coming out of a time when you've been crying a lot, feeling really down a lot for a long time, alone. And that's coming to an end for you. That whole chapter comes to an end here. So you have new changes, but like we've been talking about that all week. So we're gonna go ahead and continue to use the cards that are in here, and then we'll clarify them with tarot. These are sorting. Well, I see it honestly. That's like you were in love with somebody. Honestly, you used to be Nine of Cups energy with this person, which felt Nine of Cups is the place that you want to be in. Basically, kind of originally before you start a relationship, which is something that I actually will give you guys a pass on doing wrong. In the old days, you know the saying, it takes a village to raise a family. And so nobody was coming in as a nine. And I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, a nine, the number nine comes from tarot readers. They claim that you need to be a nine, and all you need is one more point to get to a 10. But I don't believe that. I believe that I like the idea of the nine, because once you backtrack and you learn the numbers and what they mean and what happens during numbers 1 through 10, basically, you would want to be at least in 9 before you fucking dated, just because of the meaning of the card. But it's obvious that being at a 9 and even adding 1, why the fuck would you work to be 9 points and then think that having 1 extra point means 10? So on this channel, I don't even fuck with nines. I can even fucking say that yes, we should be at a 9, because why? You deserve to be at a 9. 9 just means that you're over depression, you're over realizations, you're over lack of self-worth. And when you get to a 10, honestly, you complete yourself. I think you should be at 2 10s. And right here, you were at a 9 in the reverse to begin, which tells me, honestly, probably you had somebody in your life that still was telling you you weren't fucking good enough. It was causing you to literally go into depression and struggle all the time about what you could really honestly do to make this person happy, to achieve the goals this person wanted to. How to achieve this could have been a family member from when you were younger too, just pressuring you to do a certain career, or there's a lot of pressure here because you actually are at a nine. It's just that around these people, you went into a reverse, and I still don't think they appreciated you for all the hard work that you did. Made you want to lead your own legacy and walk away from this person. I don't know exactly who this Nine of Cups is here, but we'll clarify. But I don't know if you trust them. They're trusting the reverse there. I like the thicker deck now. Yeah. Unhappiness. There was unhappy family here. They were always postponing shit, canceling shit. You didn't want to be part of the reunions anymore. You wanted to leave home. You needed to relax. You were around narrow-minded people that disapproved of you. I really do feel like this was a pressurized college career path or something like that. Like I'm picturing here that this is like literally you wanting to be somebody or something for somebody else vibes. And you were very unhappy. This whole family was very unhappy. There was disapproval all the time. And I just feel like you actually were like trying everything you could. And you didn't even fucking want to do this shit, by the way. You literally didn't. You've always wanted to lead your own legacy. And even if it meant that you were doing things that they would approve of, you definitely didn't expect to walk the path of fucking literal irritation during such a great dream of your own. I feel like you could have even suggested some shit and then literally, dude, they kept just trying to get in on it and just switch it around. It wasn't you. And honestly, at some point too, during some of your guys' career, because you were in the reverse, you could have met somebody. It looks like you cut them out. You lead your own legacy for some of you. You decide, I'm not listening to you. I am going to do what I want. You have the Ace of Swords here also. So you get these new ideas, these new plans, these new victories, success, everything actually kind of breaks through. But because you started off in the 9 in the reverse, it's not really true. It's pretty much like a comeback of pain, only on your own version. You never actually, when you left this family here of irritation, you basically went into Jesse James kick mode, like comeback kick mode. And so what you run into next is a Knight of Cups. For some of you, you could have met this person out partying or something. They looked very attractive. I don't honestly think you shared much time with this person before they lost your trust. But I feel like this person has a lot to do with maybe like another part of a drop in your finances, your career, your choices. This person finds you very attractive because at the time in your life, you could have been making a lot of good money. The ghosts, they like to slam my doors up here, I swear. Last night I heard so many noises, I was like, I actually had to put earplugs in. And I said my prayers last night too. I don't usually, sometimes I say my prayers. I used to say them all the time. Now I just don't. But I did last night. And God was happy. You'll know when you talk to God and He's happy. You can feel His feeling in your heart. So, you know what? Let's pull up the laptop too. Maybe. Where the fuck did I put it? Oh man, Tequila to remove the laptop? Jesus Christ, dude. This is what I'm saying. I wake up every morning. Oh, let's grab the laptop so we can do our clerical shit. Where the fuck is the laptop, bitch? Facts though, like legit. Whatever, dude. So you haven't been talking to your family, though. You've blocked. I am. It says I'm afraid to contact you in the Reaver. Anyways, you've been trying to like make shit happen. You see, you actually have not been responding to things. It looks like you don't want to go to the family reunion, so you're not really trying to fucking actually see anybody. I imagine that they probably are always asking you, you know, what's going on with your life? How's it been going since your fucking, you know, Wall Street crash market fucking episode? And also, you don't really like them, with respect, as much as you can have. I mean, they've made you feel like dog turd your whole life, and you've been wanting to lead your own legacy. For some of you, honestly, you found yourself drinking and hanging out at the bar and partying with friends a lot, and you kind of lost some people's trust over that session of time. You end up making money, cutting people out, and dating kind of shitty people, is what it looks like. You did get pretty popular. You do have the magician here. You are seizing opportunity, so your read is interesting. You're actually kind of thriving. You do a flip. You either go into the King of Pentacles after cutting these people off, or you meet somebody in the King of Pentacles. But we do have the Ace of Swords here, and we have the King of Pentacles now working together. So that's bigger than the Nine of Cups and the Reverse. So whatever happens next, you do increase. I'm just telling you, slow down. You become very popular, okay? And I'm worried a little bit about the anger that you're into leaving this family behind and having so much luck. You're picking up like the Devil's Son and Ghost Rider vibes. You're about to literally take over the world and kill your own dad type shit. You know what I mean? Like, you're about to be great at whatever you do. You're exploring love, you're creating love, you're very popular now. You know what's funny about your situation is that you deserve all this. You deserve this moment right here for wherever you are. The beginning and the end of your read is going to be family. The one you left behind, your career in the middle, and the family that you create. Which means you're going to be triggered at the end of your story. Because family's kind of what you wanted, said fuck you, ran from, and now you're kind of in this vibe of you and fucking bitches. And so when you get to the end, you're gonna have to slow down, which is gonna remind you of family. So the word family is gonna come up as a trigger for some of you. But it's actually telling you now's the time to slow it down and start looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow and accept real joy now. Lately, for some of you, since your career popped off, you sit on a throne with lots of money and power, but you lack enthusiasm. Some of you are dealing with sadness, and you could set unrealistic and large goals just to keep your mind super extra busy so that you don't actually have to put yourself in a place to go see family on the holidays or create your own. And it is actually because it hurts you that you worked so hard in the past and you felt controlled, you felt misunderstood, you felt like you had to lead your own legacy, you had to break apart, you had to do this. And again, every time you see these people, you fear basically just like having to explain yourself again in a family setting if that was something that you accepted back into your life. You don't want to explain yourself. You obviously feel a lot of your own emotions regarding that. And I don't really know that it is shame or guilt necessarily. I feel like it's a lot of frustration towards the fact that some of you chose to actually not do this career in particular because of the way that they were pushing you, the way that they were making it all about themselves. And it became something that you used to enjoy it, that you hate it. This could also be your boss, this could be anybody, but you used to really love to do something. And I feel like you either found I feel like no matter what, you break free of a group here because you lead your own legacy. You don't feel fulfilled with this person. But then you go right out to the bar or something and you meet somebody that ain't good for you. You could be at the fairs, you could be at the bars. I see you partying a lot after this. I feel like you lose structure. And you have enough money for some of you in the bank. You could have an inheritance come your way. You kind of used it to do something, to deal with the pain, branch off your own direction. But all the while, being in that level of pain, you then manifested low vibrational friends or lovers that you found out you didn't trust. Some of you guys even had an abortion or a stillbirth, it says, a miscarriage. That'd be fucked. You prayed for somebody's health to improve. I didn't. Some of you have lost your connection with God because of a death, of an illness or something. Like you actually were like, please God, don't let this person die. And the prayers were not answered. I feel like there's a lot of disconnect here between you and basically elders. So these could be your ancestral elders, God, or angels, anybody. But yeah, you just definitely don't trust anybody. And I want you to know that your whole read starts with literally you just feeling empty in the beginning. This Nine of Cups, so an internal feminine. Could have been something to do with your mom. Either passing, because internal feminine, I feel like would be more meeker, gentle. You could have been like an internal femme to your father. Something's just not right here with this. I feel like somebody was running your life to begin this whole read, whether it was with their health issues, you were caring for them. There was somebody dictating the direction of your career, who you love, if they're good enough to be a part of the family. I mean, it was a lot for you, and you were really torn. You've been really torn. I feel like it caused you to go out and drink and shit, honestly. You turn in, you just say fuck you, finally. And you literally go and become the Knight of Cups. And you find yourself, honestly, not trusting anybody all of a sudden. You're unhappy with the family setting. Honestly, you cancel plans now, all of a sudden you postpone them. Things that you used to do, the events that you used to host. I mean, you're just like, no, that shit was canceled. No Super Bowl at my fucking house this year. You used to be the motherfucker that threw the whole party. You're like, no. I don't know. You just totally swing. I do think that for some of you, your mom could have died. You may have really loved your mom. And I think everybody did or something. You could have been just the sweetest mom or something, or grandma. Internal feminine just makes me feel like you respected that person enough to be an internal femme. That means to me just like, I just picked up this energy of somebody who was obedient. You respected whoever the fuck told you what to do, because maybe your mom would have wanted you to do that, even if she's not the one that was rude to you, or grandma, you could have been taught respect your elders type shit. And honestly, like, maybe when that person passed, you flipped. You could have been like, fuck you all, man. Like, ain't none of you as good as grandma, or ain't none of you as good as mom or dad, or I don't know. You literally say, fuck you. And could have been a few years ago this happened, even up to 4 for some of you. But I do see on the 4th row, you finally are now moving forward for this matter. Thank God you didn't lose everything in the meantime. But you could have actually gotten pregnant and even lost that baby too. Like, death seems to be something that really hurts you a lot. I'm picking up that just I feel like you don't love a lot of people, but the few people that you have loved have died. And now even possibly for some of you, your baby. I mean, fuck, dude. Like, shit's getting, as far as human beings go, you're not feeling it because you're actually afraid. Are they going to try to control me? Are they going to try to take my money? Am I going to lose somebody to death if I fucking love them now? Like, you just have like a lot of fear. You need to work with God. I see you haven't prayed in a long time. You definitely ace the swords to everybody. Says you need to realize the truth. I feel like for some of you, you could blame somebody for a death or a breakup. So in between realize the truth, we have unhappy family. There was an event that was postponed or canceled, or a reunion. Somebody left home after this. They took a pause to relax. They were tired of narrow-minded people and disapproval. After that thought, you put your sword up. You started getting new ideas. You started making new plans. You changed your life path, and you had victory, success, and mental clarity. You started having better thinking and breakthroughs, and you had a better ability to concentrate away from these people. Your communication increased and improved around others, and you realized the truth. Your vision changed. You realized that you were forced to focus on shit you didn't want to in the past, and having that break away from people, honestly, made you feel better. And you actually increased your money extremely. You go from the Knight of Cups, or being with one, or you could be the Knight of Cups in the reverse, but you flip into the King of Pentacles in the upright by doing that. And you also become very, very loved and popular. And through this, you still do not contact these past people. You're doing a lot of great things with your life now. You seize all of your opportunities without worrying about what anybody else thinks. You were tired of feeling a lack of enjoyment in your previous career, and you were tired of also losing opportunities to people that honestly you felt like you could do a better job than, and you could have. You were definitely in the wrong group of people. There was a lot of stagnation on your part in this last career or love, because that's where they wanted to keep you. They knew where you would go to if they would have advanced you. You realized that the only thing that was holding you back was yourself, and so you left by yourself. For some of you, you have a pet. I see a man riding a horse away. That's it. And we have other cards too. You could be on a chariot in a car. So some of you actually maybe didn't even have a car at the time when you left. Maybe you actually just took off somewhere, took a ride, took a train, whatever it was, but started to accept joy. And for you, you could have been somebody who was very simple. Maybe you were in a high-end place and part of a high-end thing, a setting, but you weren't feeling it. And also, for some of you, I imagine it had to have been with this Knight of Cups. You fell in love with somebody, honestly, and that broke up too. And just seeing this stillbirth and this miscarriage or this death happen and the healing hands and the reverse, it just really makes me sad for some of you. Because to get pregnant and actually have, like, lose a baby or something, that would be so fucking sad. I couldn't even imagine being in a relationship and actually praying to God that your kid survives. That's really sad. So I'm sorry if that happened to you, man. Really sad. Since you're healing your heart, this could have happened around the time of 33 for some of you. Could have happened at 19 for some of you, it says. For some of you at 19, something really bad happened. I see 44 here. I see 6 in the reverse. So when I see 6 in the reverse, 19 in the reverse, I just feel like for me, those are events that could have traumatized you. Like something bad could have happened at those ages to you or your children. You really got to look back at those ages that you seem to be traumatized by, because your brain stops developing during events, and it can actually stay stuck in that trauma mode, and you may not realize it. And so you have to actually be aware of your own body during pain, because you keep basically, you'll keep reacting the way that you did until you actually process this event through all future fights now. You may be somebody who goes into fucking fight or flight mode every time now. Maybe your way of dealing with, okay, let's just use an example. Let's say you really loved your mom and dad both, and one day they got in this big fucking fight. And you heard it, and you're watching it, and you just literally see your dad grab everything and say, fuck you, I'm leaving. And you don't really know how it's gonna happen, but literally he walks out the fucking door and slams it, and literally that's all you saw. And he never comes back. That's trauma. Now as an adult, you may do this. Fuck you, I'm fucking leaving. And you find yourself slamming the door and leaving. Maybe you come back, or maybe you don't. But that fuck you, I'm leaving, where's that coming from? And so you need to be watching people's body languages, their words, and you need to be able to backtrack in time based off of what this person has helped you know about them and basically connect the dots. Why are they acting like this? Where's this fear coming from? Where's this behavior coming from? What age might this have occurred? Has there been anything that they've told you? Because you're going to have to heal from this. Whoever the elder in your life was that really hurt your feelings, honey, you have been running now from love, if you ask me. You've been running from closeness in general. You haven't let anybody get close to you since this loss. This could have been a death, this could have been abuse, this could have been a miscarriage, but somebody, it almost seems like you were really excited about someone, and I do feel like there's a possibility that they could have died. And I feel like there was someone else that was alive during all of your struggles that was kind of like telling you how to deal with it. Not really there for you. But honestly, I feel like what you were going through was so intense. Your head did not fucking want to hear this person, bro. Nobody was really there for you and understood how you felt through this time. And I feel like you also had to pick up the slack for somebody that honestly was going through it too with you. Well, it's time for you to get out of your house for sure. It says sanctuary in the reverse. It does say you're still very weak on this matter. Some of you actually find yourself still wanting this past life back. It does look like for some of you, after everything, you desire the old. And when I say the old, I think some of you lost a job and a partner due to everything, really. I mean, because it wasn't really meant for you, if it makes you feel any better. You can't really have a meant for you when you start the cards in the reverse. This wasn't you. This was the you that worked very hard for your parents. 9 in the upright would have been a parent that supported you and let you be an individual and say, Mom, Dad, they would say, you can be anything you want to be. You do you, and you grew to this coverage. From confidence, from encouragement, they believed in you. It's a really, I can do anything I want. Yes, you can be anything you want to be type vibe. They might guide you and say this is the best thing for you, but that's not what happened for you. See, you had a parental figure of some sort that actually, these were the cups you have to do type thing. And so you actually learned everything, but the whole time you were doing what they wanted you to do, you literally were unhappy. The family was unhappy too. You dreamed of leaving home and dumping all of these cups out many times. You wondered what it would be like if you had a family of your own and you could provide for them instead of all these people. And then on top of that, a death occurred. Or maybe you were raising a single parent home as a younger sibling, whatever it was, you were working hard, younger, to keep all this shit It sounds like somebody was really stressed out. I'm feeling somebody stressed and angry a lot when they were younger. And I feel like there's somebody here that felt like they just took it on. They took on these responsibilities for the other parent. Basically, one parent was not in the home. It seems like they could have passed or left suddenly. There was a sudden change. I feel like put a lot of stress on the men in the family to work. I feel like. And I also want to say, whoever this elder is that drives you guys in the family doesn't really have a lot of nurturing love. They're very stressed, and it was all of you guys following that person's order that was making all of you stressed. This person wasn't organized. They were stressed out, they were angry, they were bitter, they were hateful, they were a portal for fucking darkness. And you didn't feel good around them. And you left home and you did what was right. So don't feel bad about that. Some of you guys left home and you just said, fuck you, man. I'm not doing all this anymore. And then something probably more happened. I said, maybe other things fell apart. That's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your responsibility. You have the high priestess now. You're a very knowledgeable person, and a high priest is somebody that has like mothering characteristics or father-like characteristics, but also is connected to their higher power. So you're right in the middle of heaven and earth. And that's a skill that you're going to have now, which is not something that you've been embodying. You've obviously been in king and ace mode and knight, but now it's time for you to channel into your emperor or high priest, whichever you prefer. But the high priestess, emperor, empress, and high priest are all mixtures of knowledge plus mother or father-like characteristics. So they're the one sign that's smart but also nurturing. And I think you have that skill. You've been raising your families and you've seen how things do and don't work based off of control within the unit. You know how it makes you feel, and now you can apply that to other people. You can really help a lot of people understand how to maybe lead the family legacy from here on out, instead of let somebody that already had a failed legacy lead you guys until basically death occurs, and then seeing all this fall apart and be angry after it does because you all feel the same way about family. You could be also having some sibling rivalry over a family death and an inheritance that was divided up selfishly. And it's true. This family's a mess, with respect, and it really comes down on, if you ask me, one of the parents and their issues of how they wanted things to be controlled over their own failures. And I see that happen a lot. I see relationships get like that. I had to break free of my own mother. My mom is my dad, or whatever you want to call it. Like, dude, my dad's fine. I mean, he's a drug cook, but he was always happy. And my mom, though, with respect, she gets so pissed when I talk, but she is a Karen, and she's a Leo, and she's a redhead, and I'll tell you what, dude, everything for years went the way that she fucking would say it would go, and it was horrible. It was horrible, with respect, man. We lived out on a farm, on welfare, and my dad left, and we had nothing. And I'm not even complaining. I'm just saying it was a lot. Every day, working our asses off. And I don't mind working. What annoys me is that they built that dream and started having kids, and then they were bitching every fucking day, breaking up, the bills need to be paid. We never had fun. We never did shit. And if we did, we were told how fucking lucky we were, or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? I mean, fuck, dude, you couldn't even fucking, I'm not gonna say that she didn't do shit, But fucking, I feel like she hated it. I literally feel like it was such a fucking burden for her to be a mother. It seemed like she actually hated us. And it was a long 18 years. And she said things like, if we thought it would be so fucking hard here, little girl, wait till you fucking get out in the real world. And if you even glared, she'd say, I'm the fucking queen of that glare, you little fucking girl. When I think of my mom, that's how I can see her glaring at me, calling me little girl. Little girl. So, yeah, I get it. I had to walk away too. I moved. And I changed careers too. I was in law school because that's what mom wanted. She wanted to be a lawyer. She didn't go. So if you're not paying attention, next thing you know, you're running their dream, their failed dream. And a narcissistic parent doesn't know how to appreciate. They're cruel, they're angry, and they drive everyone away. They're the only one who you can talk to, or you've betrayed them. Go. I don't want your huffing ass on my leg. And it's a fucking terrible shit show of life. Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm down to fucking seeing them once a year too myself, if that. And you're healing now. And you're going to have to figure out who you are. Some of you still want a family, but that family that we know of, we don't know love. Know that. We don't know love yet. So you go ahead and try to get yourself a relationship in the middle of all this realization and see what the fuck you get. Another parent like the one you fucking ran from, probably. How many of you guys keep dating somebody that act like that fucker or the other fucker? Either way, we were parenting our parents young. Whether my dad was out cooking drugs or my mom was fucking bitching on my dad, it was fucking ridiculous. Today I want you to change that. Today we don't live a life where it takes a village to raise a family. It is not any child's responsibility to take care of their parent. I refuse to charge my kids rent or take any money from them, period, because of what the fuck that generation has done. And we know that from the old days, it's literally states that we were born to be workers for our fucking parents. That it started off as some dude having status, saying you need a piece of property, now we're fucking all fucking farming fucking pilgrims, and literally that we were laborers for our father's status to hopefully be accepted into the community. It wasn't even the mom. It was supposed to be the dad who wanted to be popular by whichever fuck nuggets basically started taking over the world and making rules. So that is all trend following. And if anybody had the balls to say, bitch, be yourself, which we didn't know, because remember, it takes a village to raise a family. No, it fucking don't. You can't raise anyone in the reverse. You have to be solid in who you are, or you will run around like a chicken with your fucking head cut off every time Jesus moves his people around because they were not fucking ours. It's funny how they wrote the Bible, and they did write the Bible themselves, and they don't even fucking know their own rules. Jesus says, don't ever act like me, bitch. Don't ever fucking say that my creations have to do anything in particular. He says, you are perfectly and wonderfully made, bitch, by me. He says, I'm first. I'm first. For this reason, right fucking here. He says, sure, be there for your parents when they need you. That means when your fucking health is poor. When you can't work. Not fucking us take care of the fact that you had your legs open and shot out way too many fucking kids and treated the whole family like shit because you don't know how to date. That's your fault, bitches. Know that. You fucked this world up. Everyone over 50, bro, you fucking suck. And we're taking over because of it. So if you're anyone who sits here today in your middle age and think, did I do it right? What, are you fucking kidding me? We have a whole world to save now from these fucking idiots. Saying it takes a fucking village to raise a family. No, it fucking don't. It takes a true friend to be there for someone when you need help, bitch. Who the fuck wants a village in their business? Nah, that's a weak ass group of people. We are solid in our generation. You did nothing wrong here. You fucking honestly had to escape hell. And honestly, you're doing fine. What more do you want to start this fucking journey after where you came from? You ain't doing shit wrong, bro. And I'm not gonna ever let you feel like you did something wrong. I would rather teach you what the fuck happened. And in this case, this is not your fault. If anybody chooses to submit and be obedient to somebody who they don't want to, that's called a little bitch. And you know what? Don't be one. We've all done it. I had to break free from my own fucking parent myself. I'm grateful for it, I guess, because no man has ever beat what my mom would do to me. And so that's a pro. You can find a pro. You don't have to always be like, so what? Our parents fucking were dicks. And they raised us fucking stronger than any man or bitch could ever fucking come at us. So that's good. You're solid. I know that you're angry. I know that you've taken loss after loss and got nothing. I know that you go through depression. It's not over yet because we haven't learned how to not. All we know is that we are fed up. All we know is that we can keep our distance at this time. We know maybe we cannot lend money to people that fuck us over. Maybe we can choose not to date so we don't get cheated on. We're coming up with what we can do to avoid it. But it really is not a remedy. Because we can't really run from something that we're attracting. Why are we manifesting it is the question. Because we're still angry about it. Fear. Some of you could feel guilt because anger is not real. It's a secondary emotion which covers up fear, guilt, shame, regret, stuff like that. So maybe you're afraid for some of you. Am I going to be like them? Maybe you don't love people because you're afraid you may lose another child. Or maybe, there's a lot of things here that are bringing up fear for you. Someone could have honestly been abusive to you physically growing up too. And I feel like it could have been somebody from a possible same gender. I feel like they told you that you were weak. They made you feel very weak. I feel like they belittled you. And it's carried through with you. I don't know that you know if you're attractive, if your body looks nice. I feel like somebody really body shamed you and also could have did things to your body that shamed you too. It's really affected your relationships now. You have a lot of flashbacks about this event. They could have told you things like you deserved it. You put yourself in these situations. It's really fucked with you now. Now you can't help but really just wonder what to do all the time because nobody deserves to be abused. And actually, it's really planted a seed deep within you. Like you deserve it. It's really sad. I feel like crying right now. This person's mean to you. They make you cry. They make you question literally, if you deserve it or not. You could actually be, I'm actually starting to actually sad. Some of you are in a very controlling relationship with somebody who could be like a farmer or a businessman, it says, but this person is not intimate with you. I definitely feel like this is a male narcissist. And I don't talk a lot about male narcs. Actually, I'm pretty feminine oriented because it's my mom that I have an issue with. But this, to me, this whole read is just really picked up a very narcissistic male. It's a father. Here's another one. This father in this picture is literally completely ignoring the family, raking his heads down. Although the baby is black, he might be wondering if he cheated. I can't lie. But I feel like this woman's always just trying to get his attention. She's just hoping that someday I'll pay attention to her. But I can't help it, man. The baby's black. He's about like, it is not my kid. She's like, it is. Trust me. He's like, no. Like, I don't trust you anymore. The baby's like, Mama. She's white. He's white. Nobody's touching the kid. Like, what is happening here? Did you guys see that? How is this even happening? Look, mom's hands are in her pocket. Baby's over here black as fuck. Dad's raking. He's like, I don't know where I'm at. Where's, like, I don't even know. And it says soul satisfaction. Okay, this is Angelina Jolie and Tom Cruise here. Literally, whose baby is this? I didn't know anything about this. Like, I cannot even, could you even imagine if literally you were just like at the delivery room and all of a sudden like a Chinese baby come out, you know, or anything, and you're just like, I cannot right now. I'm just like trying to lay there and picture any of us looking at this baby and me just looking at your face to see if you're gonna buy this. Like, it's all squint eyed and shit. You're ready. And we're like trying to put it, your last name on the certificate. Let's just get this wrapped up real quick. And dude's face, he actually came home with the family now and he's just like, I don't know. Bro, I don't even know. I can't that hard. It's cracking me up. He obviously kind of like went, is that your internal feminine guiding you home? Like, that's what I mean. Like, they were like, come on, it's fine. And you're like, I cannot, dude. I swear to God, if I was your nurse, I probably would, I shit you not, just laugh out loud because I can't even help it, bro. I remember this one time I had to do this class at this place called Barbizon Modeling School, and I remember one of the trainers saying something about true friends, and during that class as a teacher, I fucking literally laughed out loud. True friends at the time, I don't know, I was just going through a phase where, you know, you realize true friends were far and few, and I fucking, as a teacher, literally laughed out loud in front of all the students. And they were like, you know, they just look at you like, shut the fuck up, dude. If I was a doctor, I'm not gonna lie, I shit, you know, I'd probably be fired, no shit, from giving you fake diagnoses and then laughing my balls off, which is not funny. That is completely inappropriate. But that is exactly why psychopaths can't concentrate long enough to get through medical school. Literally. So Page of Cups and the Reavers, you see an offer is coming your way and you don't want it. It could be the fact that you had an Asian baby and you're not feeling it. You're like, I'm not taking that offer. That's trickery. You're like, I don't believe you. They're like, oh, babe, it's a family. And you're like, is that a fucking fish in my glass of water? Yeah. That's Pisces energy for you right there. Pisces are funny. Here you go. Have a drink. And it's coming from the toilet. And you're like, thank you so much. You like think they're so nice, but really it's trickery. The only reason I know that trick is because we did it to my friend Paige. Don't judge me. We were young, we were evil children. One time we told her, close your eyes, Paige. We have a surprise for you. And we found this big old bug. We put it in a cellophane. So we're scraping up the cellophane and we're like, close your eyes so you can see what it is. And then we put a bug on our head. I know, I'm evil. I'm going to hell. Yeah, you're very closed off right now. People are trying to like maybe show off to you. You could be actually very sexy and attractive and smart and independent. And I feel like you're super actually not into new opportunities at this time, basically. You have some takers around you, but right now you're still thinking about somebody else. And you could be working on yourself as well. After these losses for you, you're just not somebody who goes and jumps into the next relationship. you could be somebody who likes to actually process what happened. You really like to break things down, spend some time alone, and even for some of you, you would even like to now pay it forward. So for you, sex is not really your thing. Although I do see people are trying to help you out with that. You got Page of Cups here, you have Knight of Cups here, and then I just think you're this dude over here raking, and you have another bitch here. Maybe this is a baby mama with a black kid, and she's like, "Do you want to date me?" And you're like, "I actually don't want to be a step parent right now, so thanks for the offer, but I'm still thinking about things." You know, you tell them I took a loss not too long ago. You did too. This is your second one too. For some of you, you actually lost a break. You went through a breakup and you lost your work. And you're trying to get clearer. Whether this is with your mental state or just your drug life, anything. Somebody might be trying to pressure you now. They want to be in a relationship. And you're like, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm literally not capable. And you're not. And you're doing everything right. I see that you do block people and you actually end relationships if they get too intense for you pretty quickly. And I do think that's the fine thing to do. I mean, honestly, I don't see here that you're somebody who's manipulating anybody. I mean, if they want to fuck or whatever, you're down to fuck. But when it gets to the point of them saying, "Can we be more?" you get closed off. And honestly, you're not getting charges for sitting on that. I don't see that you're cheating. I see that you're trying to understand how to understand so that you can begin your healing. And honestly, you do work. You help everybody. I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't be physically satisfied if you need to be. So don't worry about that. If anybody's bothering you right now saying like, "Oh, I just like you're hurting me," or "I want to be more," that's on them. They need to see the pain that you're even in to protect their own self. The fuck are they trying to drill you to fucking be something that you're not even healed to be? That is not even a lover. So don't ever worry about defending yourself to somebody when you ain't ready. That bitch is stupid for even fucking trying to get with a not ready person. What, you want to break up here in a second? Because that's what's fucking happen. You want me to relapse for any fucking face a second for fucking telling me to do something and acting like I ain't fucking doing it right? You're like, "I'm not fucking ready, bro. I'm trying to fucking be who I need to be." Some of you actually can get lippy like that. Like me. And they may be like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch." Literally, bro, some self-esteem. The fuck, coming at me all broken and shit, asking me to fucking build you up, make you feel better? The fuck out of here, bitch. Literally. You gotta hate for people, truly. And you love them at a distance. When they get too close to you, you probably do start yelling out your AK-47 bitch shit. And you're like, and you do, you probably talk fast, you're like, "Tech guy," at the end. And they're like, "What the fuck?" And then you just leave and slam the door or something, who knows? Who cares? You're closed off. People want what you got because you're fucking amazing. You need to learn who you are so that you can learn how to control what the fuck people want and don't give it to them. That's about it. People have always loved what the fuck you had. What's new? You're like, "Yeah, my parents loved it too. That's why the fuck I was a slave to them the whole time." You're like my fucking baby daddy that fucking, or mama that had the black child and tried to convince it was me and fucking love me too. You know, you're just like, "Get the fuck away from me." You have somebody else coming, and it's coming up as your personal unicorn. And that's cute. Maybe you'll actually handpick your person for once in your fucking life, instead of having people walk up to you and suit themselves up like takers. You're like, "Excuse me, get out of my fucking face. Looking for my husband or wife." "I'm looking," tell them. "I'm looking." Did I call you up here, bitch? Did I fucking notice you in the crowd? No. Do I feel like Jesus said, "You may right now because of me"? No. Yeah, that's funny. I see prayer, but I saw player. You're about to go into player mode if you haven't already. Because you haven't actually been doing people for fun. This is going to be a dangerous moment for all of us, huh? Withholding and then finally coming back out. We need to heal this anger. Because with this whole bitch this, bitch that shit, and my glare, we could end up fucking the shit out of people and being little heartbreakers here next. So be careful with that. You're gonna make a lot of money, bro. Not that you don't already, usually. You could be somebody who's really good with numbers, or it says keys and codes. So I'm hearing a computer programmer or something, some kind of website developer, math, anything with numbers, you're gonna get big. If you're trying to launch some kind of like program or something, ace of pentacles, bro. Ace. And on top of that, I do want to point out you were already coming up as a king of pentacles prior. Your issue has never been making money. So if your career actually hasn't just taken off like crazy, it's because you're not over the abuse from your childhood and you keep dating people based off of that level of pain. You're hurting inside somewhere. And so when you bring in a lover or basically any type of relationship, the human being in your life also has a level of that pain within them. So you guys are magnetically trauma bond connecting. It doesn't have to be the same circumstance. It's the level of pain in which bothers you, you will connect to outwardly. So watch that. Introspect and reflect. So it's really within you. I told you that your whole read just really consists of the beginning and the end. Some of you fear creating a family because of a family that you lost prior. You really just need to be accountable. And what I think the best thing that you could do is go back in time to the very first day somebody told you to do something and you said yes when you wanted to say no. And anything. Even if it was you in the hallway watching your parents fight and you wanted to say, stop it! When did you start saying yes when you wanted to say no? Because yes, maybe you turned it around now, but you did it through cutting people off and going fuck you mode. So yeah, you changed, but through anger. So you need to go back in time, and I want you to relive those moments completely. And you will have to. Because when you think of a memory, your body pulls up that day, and your body will relive it like it was there. And so that's where the memory of things start to become anxious and stressed and all those emotions. Each memory has you go back to the day it occurred, and your body will relive the moment. That's why they tell you in therapy, don't go down the rabbit hole. Your memories are always there. I like to envision them like a road with a lot of potholes. And so as you're driving, even if you have a shitty road, hopefully you're swerving around those potholes knowing they're there. Otherwise you're going, boom. So just know that every pothole for you, if you avoid it all of the time, I want you to get to a place where you can feel it coming up. You're going to feel that pain mildly. And hopefully you'll just give it a little half smile and then put it back away, because I don't want you to be angry. I don't want you to shove it down anymore. Anything that you shove back down, it says drowning your problems only teaches them how to swim. And it's true. They don't go anywhere, baby. You can live your life and you can make a lot of money, but money's not God. It's government. So it fools us. It makes us think status is really getting somewhere in life. But that's where you end up having a lot of money and no love. You're empty on the inside and alone. And you fear things that honestly have a reason for that. You're not avoiding things because it's dangerous and you've never tried it. We all know curiosity killed the cat. You're avoiding it because you're afraid to lose it. And so you're not actually living your life. I can't even really say that you've ever lived your life in this whole read, just so you know. I wonder what you would be doing. You know. You've never lived for you. Not once. Whoever died that you loved when you were young, you used to talk to about some dreams and some plans, and I feel like you used to like hang out in nature and have picnics or go to the water or fish or something. Like this person was beautiful, maybe pick flowers, maybe you went blackberry picking or something like berries. They're kind of picking up like cute little like prairie farm vibes. I really do think it was like a nana or a papa or somebody like that, and you could have lived with your grandparent for a while. This could have been a sweet mother or a sister or somebody, but it was like that was your favorite person in the whole wide world. Maybe instead of being angry and sad that they left, you could start trying to channel your future lover into characteristics that match theirs a little bit so that you can have them back in your life. You need to find people that are channeled through the good memories. And you need to be aware of how come you allowed yourself, but what was it within you that made you feel like you had to say yes when you wanted to say no? Was it because you were seeing that somebody was financially unstable and you knew that if you didn't take care of them, they would fail? Is it because you were scared that you would get a punishment if you didn't do what they said? Is it because they were ill and that you knew that they couldn't physically take care of themselves and you felt obligated to be a caretaker? I mean, you need to break that down because now you could find yourself caring for ill people into the future all the time. Maybe you're even somebody who's like, I think I'll go into social work or I think I'll go into this, but why? Is it because honestly, as a child, you were doing that all the time? Is that really your passion? Or is that your addiction? Is that how you found self-worth? Through people who didn't care about showing you true love. See, you found worth for some of you by being the responsiblest person in your group. That made you feel literally like you were, it was absolutely necessary that you were there. That's not being praised for your greatness. That's a mandatory person. That's making you feel like if you weren't there, nothing would have gotten done energy, which never really gave you the ability to enjoy your life or even be proud of your hard work. Do you want to go swimming? Do you want to go to the lake? Do you want to go paddleboarding with me? You too? You too? Are you so beautiful? Were you digging a hole again? Were you digging again? Why do you have dirt in your mouth all over? What were you doing? She's been a troublemaker these days, dude. She gone fucking right out in the damn walkway. And I'm talking big holes, dude. Right in the walkway. You think you're fucking funny? You think you're fucking funny? Give me that. Toy's taking a bath. Come on, Toy. She hates Bridget. Bridget's the mannequin head. And Bridget! Bridget, do you want Hazel's toy? It's Bridget's turn. She's a good woman. Her eyes. Bridget! Bridget! Here, Bridget! Hazel's toy! I'm gonna go get Bridget. I think she wants to see the toy. Hello, Hazel. Bridget wants the toy, Hazel. Hello, Hazel. She's funny. One time I busted Bridget up in the doorway with a beanie on. Like this, and the cops showed up, dude. Could you even imagine being a police officer and straight fucking coming up to the door And Bridget's staring at your ass. Dude, it's so funny. Oh, that's so nice of you, Hazel. Bridget loves it. Oh, Bridget. She's so nice. Look at she like fucking eat her neck and shit. She killed her. See how long she can handle it. Do you want to go swimming? Bridget, do you want to go swimming? Bridget, do you want to go get a puppuccino? This is what I've lived my whole life for. Bridget, come on, Bridget. Let's go bye-bye. Does Bridget want to go bye-bye? Bridget's so nice. Hello, Hazel. Bridget's got your toy, Hazel. Hello, Hazel. I'm gonna give toy bath. I love you. Are you gonna get me now? Oh, shit. Welcome to Washington. All right, I guess I better do my taxes. I gotta file my quarterly taxes. So I'm gonna take care of that shit, and I'll be back soon. Love you guys.